I want you to try and take a deep breath with me, in through your nose and slowly out through your mouth.
Reporting button. Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Friday. It is April 24th, 2026. It is about 4:15 p.m., I think. No next. No. Double. Stop recording. Pause button. Stop recording. Sorry about that, guys. Double dash down to activate asking me something. Anyways, guys, good afternoon. This is not a reflection like we usually do. This is possibly going to be a longer video because we're going to be doing a kind of like a small commemoration for my second anniversary of mindfulness. As I discussed last Sunday, guys, as during the announcement, I started in April 2024, guys, when I heard this audiobook on YouTube called Be Silent, Let Everything Flow to You Effortlessly. Now remember. And it's by Audiobooks Office. So if you guys search it up, you're gonna see it there. But it's about, being in the present moment. Basically everything about mindfulness, mastering skills and stuff. After I heard that audiobook, I got inspired. Guys, and I started the journey right there. And then became the challenges. Such as when I was sleep deprived in 2020. Well, I'm going to talk more about that right now. Then became a very challenging situation that occurred in January of 2025. And it was not just sleep deprivation. It was anxiety behind sleep. Just because of a simple thing as missing just 20 minutes of sleep, basically. Because, first of all, on January 20th, it was on a Monday, on Martin Luther King, I was planning to go to sleep at 9:30, but the schedule made me go to sleep like at 10:20. So I ended up sleeping fine last night, but I felt like I was being too rigid with myself. I feel like I was being, a little bit like not so flexible, because even just a 40-minute change in schedule would cause huge anxiety, guys, for me. Because at the time, I thought a consistent schedule would help. But then it went to the point where I just started feeling rigid. So then the first night of not sleeping at all was on January 21st to 22nd, guys. That night, I was laying down awake, drifting in and out of consciousness. I was forcing myself to sleep, and that made it worse instead of better. My brain was in constant alert. And each time I fell half asleep, I would be jolted awake, realizing that I fell half asleep. Going to sleep really felt like a performance. It really felt like I had to do it. As the hours went by, it was the middle of the night, and I still was not sleeping yet. I may have fallen asleep, but very lightly. But the next morning, I was extremely tired, guys. I was falling asleep in one of my classes. I was overthinking about what happened. My mind began to overthink about sleep. I was grabbing onto my thoughts so tightly that whenever I would grab onto it, I would go from an energized moment to a almost quiet moment, and people may have noticed it. Because one moment I might be energized, and then that thought suddenly comes into your mind, and then I become instantly quiet. The next night, it was no better. I still stayed in bed, guys. I started dreading sleep. I started becoming more anxious towards nighttime. Eating felt almost impossible, guys. I would get full sooner. My heart would beat so fast, even though it's not close to nighttime yet. You know, as the night got closer, instead of feeling peaceful, it felt like something bad was gonna happen. So my heart was beating really fast. You know, it felt like my mind was racing. On that night, guys, I tried breathing techniques. I tried deep breathing. It relaxed me, but then that anxiety came back as soon as I went back to bed on the night of the 22nd. The night of the 22nd. And maybe I slept a bit better, but it was still bad, guys. Now, same thing happened on the 23rd, guys. But on the 24th, on the night of the 24th to 25th, it was worse. My heart still raced when nighttime got close. My heart was still beating fast. My brain was constantly overthinking like it always did during the week. And guess what, guys? On the 26th, it was a big milestone because I started realizing that I don't have to cling on to thoughts to make things better. So on that day, I felt so relieved when I finally started letting go all of that all of that tension. And nothing changed overnight. I slept way better. Of course I did. The thoughts were still present. But it was a big shift, guys. And ever since that challenge, guys, it has been teaching me a lot of lessons that stood with me for the rest of the year and into today. That I don't have to be rigid with myself. There is always flexibility and there's always balance in life. And I learned more than just that. I also learned that I don't have to go to sleep at a perfect schedule. And trusting that that sleep comes naturally when it's ready is also the key. You know, it has been a really, I would consider it as a milestone, guys. Learning the hard way from experiences. It was definitely one of the deepest foundations for my growing awareness, which a lot of people describe. I have more growing awareness, more delicacy towards life's challenges, more sensitivity not in a bad way, but in a more, in a more aware way. And, making better life choices. Like using my phone intentionally. Whenever it's needed. Not when you want to. Not when you're bored or anything like that. So it has taught me a lot, guys, throughout last year. And the lesson continues to be part of my routine now, guys. Second nature. When I started mindfulness, guys, I was often forcing myself to be in the present moment in a certain way. But then after that challenge, guys, and after several smaller challenges that followed a few weeks later, I realized I did something that probably was contributing to all of this. I was forcing myself to be in the present moment too much, in a certain way. Now I've realized that being in the present moment does not mean absorbing everything and analyzing things. It means to observe things passively, in your own control, being aware of your own thoughts. And that lesson really created the foundation for deep awareness and self-acceptance. And that really shaped how I am today. More calm, more aware, more intentional about my life choices. Even though sometimes people might say I misbehave, which is normal. But that's also part of growth too. So, those were one of the hardest lessons, guys, that I really wanted to stand out today. In our small celebration, guys. Now, before we continue through anything else, today I was supposed to go to my Aunt Dolly's house, guys, but apparently she's going to be busy with something. So I'm going tomorrow to my Auntie Dolly's house, and that means that I'm going to program tomorrow. I was not going to go to program, but I guess I'm going. That's all I wanted to say. And this is actually a perfect timing, guys, for our mindfulness anniversary. Because what's happening now, guys, is another new challenge that has been developing, guys, throughout these last few days. First of all, guys, at Thursday in the middle of the night, I told you guys this morning that I had this quick burst of dreaming that lasted for a second and then startled me awake. It's called hypnagogia, guys, according to research. It's hypnagogia. It's this brief hallucination that you have for a second, hearing a distinct sound in your mind. In this case, for me, it was a distinct hum. And my body just automatically reacted. So as my brain did. My heart started racing. My mind and my body became more alert. And especially, my mind was like on guard. My mind was like, oh, watch for this to happen again. Basically, I was monitoring the situation. And that's what kept me alert. And especially last night, guys, I couldn't fall back to sleep after that. I slept good for most of the night. But then after 4, I just started, I just had, first of all, I had like a feeling of trust that it wasn't going to happen again. But then it did. And, as usual, my heart started racing. And, my mind was kept alert. And there were also several smaller episodes, but my body was already on guard already, guys, ready to react. Instead of relaxing and sleeping like you usually do. So this challenge, guys, is completely different from the one that happened in January 2025. It is a completely different challenge, guys. Completely different. Because it's not really about forcing myself to sleep anymore. It's really about how to kind of center yourself more in experiences that are out of our control, basically. Yeah, so it's a new challenge, guys, and it's actually a perfect time to kind of figure out ways to make life easier with these challenges, guys, over time. Not in one night, but over time. Yep. So, yeah, guys, it's a lot, guys, that I have to go through, that I went through. Well, I'm saying that because I have been going through a lot throughout the last 2 days, even if it was just small and not a big deal. But it was a big deal because for me it is a big deal because especially since I'm a deep aware person, I notice things more subtly. And it might sound like I'm being superior over others, but that's actually the truth. Because, especially since I'm totally blind, I notice sounds and textures more subtly, more being more aware of your surroundings. And it's also natural too, guys. Even before I started mindfulness, I still had some level of natural awareness. sometimes it's not just mindfulness, sometimes it's our own, sometimes it's our disabilities, like blindness, that can affect the way we interpret the world. Yeah. So guys, that's all I have to say for, reflecting on this whole thing, guys. Because me as a teenager, guys, a lot of people telling me that I'm ahead of my years, and that's true. So guys, what I was gonna do today, and I think we're not gonna do this. I was gonna play some music on volume 10 on my Echo. But what I'm really most afraid of, guys, is receiving a copyright. I don't want to receive a copyright. Because if I, like my last video, guys, on Sunday, during my morning reflection, I had a music on my Echo. And I was recording it. Then when it came to uploading my video, finally, I received a copyright. And it was uploaded as copyright limited. That's why we want to kind of avoid music. Avoid recording music. So today, guys, I don't have really much energy because of what happened last night. And also, like, my mind is, like, worrying about it and expecting it to happen again. Sometimes our thoughts, guys, are not reality. But my thoughts are treating like my brain treats those thoughts as reality. Like it's gonna happen. It's just, a feeling of convincing. Like it is gonna happen 100%. It's definitely one of those moments where mindfulness is definitely very helpful here. Sometimes we cannot find the skills that we need, but if we slowly figure things out, we can eventually find it and, make our life comfortable. Just like with the sleep deprivation in January 2025. It was literally a week, guys, that happened. That I was not sleeping in January 2025. It was literally a week without even getting restorative sleep until that Sunday when I finally, I was talking to ChatGPT that evening about
No next pause button. Stop recording.
About what I was experiencing, and then I learned a lesson there, guys. Right at that moment, it was probably around like 7 p.m. Yeah. So, I still remember this moment, guys, so well. It's mostly in the background unless I reflect on it. It used to feel kind of jarring to reflect on this, guys, earlier. But now it feels more manageable. Because my brain would often go back to that moment, and it would feel like I'm actually there. On that sleep deprivation moment. Yeah. Alright, guys. At this point, let's see, guys, if we can think of a way to kind of do a little bit of a celebration here, because tomorrow, guys, I'm not gonna probably have time, or I might probably not gonna have time to record the anniversary. I might not have time to record anything after Lighthouse, Except for my morning reflection tomorrow. Then that's different. But tomorrow I'm gonna be at my Aunt Dolly's house after Lighthouse. Hopefully. Hopefully I'll be at my Auntie Dolly's house because I really want to spend the night with her. Not just to take a break, guys, but to visit her. After like almost, I don't know, 2 months without visiting her. Almost 2 months without visiting her, guys. The last time I visited her, guys, I spent it almost my entire winter recess at her house. So I started the night on Sunday, February 15th of 2026. Then I stood at her house all the way until Friday. I stood at her house all the way until Friday. It was definitely one of the most best and peaceful and most ordinary moments at my Auntie Dolly's house. Because every time I go to her house, guys, it always brings that feeling of, you know, being surrounded by someone that you care. Someone that cares for you. And not just cares for you, but also helps you. Helps you emotionally. Helps you physically. You know, even just the presence of her makes me emotionally happy. Knowing that she's nearby and she still has, you know, knowing that she's nearby and she's present. Knowing that she always cares for me. I might have not told you guys about our strong relationships. But I definitely have a really close bond with her. And it's not just her too, guys. She also cooks very delicious food. She spoils me, basically. is the better word. Because she always asks me what do I want for breakfast the next day. And sometimes I feel like I'm too spoiled that my brain doesn't have anything to choose. You know, that feeling might feel like restless, but also kind of like part of the happy experience there at her house. Yeah. The bad thing is, though, I'm just gonna stay for a night, and that's it. I really was looking forward to staying for like 2 nights. I really wanted to go to her house tonight, but I guess not. Anyways, guys, connecting back to mindfulness, guys. Let me pause the recording so I can think for a moment of what we can do. Because I don't want to be playing music that might pose as a copyright limited video.
Facebook, Emmanuel Varamunas, you have a new friend suggestion column, Daniela Garcia. Facebook.
A new friend in Facebook? That's crazy. Anyways.
Pause button. Stop recording.
Alright, I'm back. I'm
Double
in my
dash
room,
down to
guys,
activate
now.
time period.
I was in the kitchen earlier. And we got our piano on today. We got the piano on our hands. And since today's Mindfulness Day, guys, yeah, a small celebration is just as important. You know, we don't have to do a big celebration and stuff. Now, for the honor of mindfulness and all the challenges that I faced and the lessons that I learned, why don't we do this? your body does not relate to mindfulness at all, but we just wanted to add a little bit of motivation to our mindfulness anniversary to make it a little bit expressive without a big celebration. Yeah. And coming back to the song Water the Plants Without You, that kind of relates to mindfulness too. That absolutely relates to mindfulness as well. Now, guys, I added this new melody here, guys. Instead of... Now it's gonna be... Now, guys, instead of Water the Plants Without You, maybe we might experiment with names that actually involve mindfulness. So instead of Water the Plants Without You, we might otherwise call it Mindfulness Without You. Oh wow. Between and we can say the words mindfulness, mindful. So on the right hand, it's going to be mindfulness, mindfulness. Now all together, it's going to be mindfulness, mindfulness. That's funny, right? Because in my recent changes to the song, there was no lyrics, but mindfulness can be part of them too, or present moment awareness equals mindfulness. Present moment awareness equals mindfulness. Wow, guys, that actually kept me going, guys. Because we were just going to do a 5-minute quick celebration, but now I actually want to keep going. That's the point of this.
Pause. Stop. Pause button.
Mindfulness.
Double dash tap to activate.
Now, let's see if we can fit these words. Mindfulness is about letting go, not forcing. Present moment awareness equals mindfulness. So instead of Water the Plants Without You, it's going to be present moment awareness equals mindfulness. Because, right, what I'm basically saying is when you're aware of your surroundings, that equals mindfulness. So altogether, it's present moment awareness equals mindfulness. You see, guys, we're connecting this song to our original "Water the Plants Without You" title, but it's still gonna be "Water the Plants Without You." But we might decide to change it one day because that might sound a little bit too, I don't know. Instead of "Water the Plants Without You," it might be "Present Moment Awareness" instead. You see, guys? Yeah, that little... maybe to make it more smoother, we can try... kind of let the melody settle a bit, and then... just kidding. I wouldn't do that in a mindfulness meditation video at all. Just let the melody settle, and then move on to the next thing gently. Instead of like, you know... Now, there's a particular song by Ed Sheeran called "Camera." And that song definitely relates to mindfulness. It basically means, I don't need a camera to capture this moment. So you basically don't need a camera to capture a moment, because with a camera, it kind of takes away the feelings of happiness associated with a moment, because you're trying to analyze instead of like observe it yourself, you know, putting like digital information on yourself. Because if you don't capture a moment, you actually enjoy it better. And that makes sense because, well, here's how I think it goes. I don't need a camera to capture this moment. Yeah, it came out in September 2025. Now, guys, maybe the song "Rock Your Body" can also relate to mindfulness, because you can also feel your feet as it's dancing on the floor, on the dance floor. So instead of "I'm gonna rock your body," it's gonna be "I'm gonna be aware of myself as I dance with me." So let me say it slowly. I'm gonna be aware of myself as I dance. So instead of "I'm gonna rock your body" each day, it's gonna be "I'm gonna be aware of myself as I dance with me." Now, guys, one of the best parts of the song "Camera" is the part that says, "I'm gonna count to 10 and take a breath you think that you don't have," and other words I don't even know. Anyways, I like that part because basically Ed Sheeran is probably trying to say, take a breath for 10 seconds. Yeah, something like that. Don't know exactly what he's trying to say unless I do research, which we might save it for later. Oh, we can do that too also. So instead of, we can also naturally do it as See the difference? Tricky! So yeah, tomorrow's the actual day, guys. The day of a big milestone, guys. When I heard the audiobook. Be Silent. Let Everything Flow to You Effortlessly by Audiobooks Office on... Sorry, guys. You know what I did there, guys? I kind of adjusted I made the sound kind of a little bit wobbly. Now, the way mindfulness teachers, especially on YouTube, tell people to take deep breaths, in through their nose and out through their mouth, is not just crazy, the way I think, but it's also helpful. So it might sound like, take a deep breath for 6 seconds. Yeah, something like that. Take a deep breath for 6 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you're basically taking a deep breath for 6 seconds. Inhale for 6. Inhale for 4. Exhale. Inhale for 4. Hold for 7, and then exhale for 8. I think. So it's probably gonna go like 1, 2, 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, I wouldn't. That's kind of like a mismatch, because mindfulness teachers are like 1, 2, 3. They're not loud. They're not loud like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6, 7. Just kidding. So yeah, we're kind of playing around with mindfulness for a little bit, guys, to kind of celebrate this a little bit. But yeah, our mindfulness anniversary. Now, I might, to kind of bring my memory back to 2024, I might also listen to the audiobook too. To the Audiobooks Office. Now, last Saturday, guys, I was lucky. I was in that walking meditation in Lighthouse, because what really stood out, guys, is the truth that, a lot of people seek outside of themselves for satisfaction. But if we seek inside ourselves, if we limit distractions like our phones and stuff, we gain more awareness of ourselves, just like I have done. So yeah. Anyways.
Capture button. Pause
Let me
button.
pause this.
Stop recording.
Sorry, guys, I had to pause because my own just
Double
came in
dash
here.
tab to
All right.
activate period.
We're going to conclude this for today. We're going to conclude this mindfulness this small mindfulness celebration, small but meaningful mindfulness celebration of present moment awareness. For short, it's called POA, PMA. So, yeah. PM for present moment. That kind of makes sense because it's funny because it relates to saying things like, oh, it's 4 p.m. So you're basically saying it's for present moment. Because, yeah, it is true. If you try to abbreviate the word present moment awareness, it's short for PMA. PMA. Now, if you're just trying to say present moment, say PM. Because P is present and M is moment. That might sound like a joke, but it's actually true. And I made it up. And a lot of people, unfortunately, people don't know this. It's called PM. Being aware of your being aware of the M. Right? You know, centering yourself in the PM. Not in the AM. That's a pretty good joke, right? Centering yourself in the PM, not in the AM. Alright. Yep, this is the conclusion. Well, everyone, I hope everyone had enjoyed my PM video. And if you guys found this video interesting, I recommend you guys to subscribe to my channel. And to, leave a comment and a like. So that we can increase our audience. So I can increase my audience, guys, so I can help you guys, achieve a level of not just positivity, but also PMA. Also PMA, and not just PMA, but SA, self-awareness, and it's spelled like sa. Self-awareness. Alright, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. Possibly I may, of course I'll see you guys tomorrow for my morning reflection. So yeah. Enjoy the PA, guys.
Pause
I mean the
button.
PM.
Stop recording.